Hey guys, SD here. So we just had the Walking Dead finale. Um, I am a little underwhelmed, I guess. It didn't quite end on the same note that last season's finale did, but we'll get into the recap and you guys can form your own opinions if you haven't seen it already, or if uh, aren't going to get a chance to actually watch it. I took notes tonight in handwritten form, that way I didn't actually have to take my hands off the screen. And unfortunately that means now I have to read my own handwriting, so hopefully this doesn't prove to be too troublesome. It looks like a lot more than it actually is, just because I wrote kind of big and there's no lines. So let's get started. So of course, they open up with previously on last week's, but you can go watch my last week's recap if you're curious about what happened last week. We open up this week with, it's a shot of just Sasha's face, and she looks like she's got earbuds in, she's listening to some music, and she's kind of crying. And, yeah, it's a really, really short intro. Kind of makes me sort of uncomfortable, because anytime you see, like, a scenario like that, there's something going on that you don't know what's going on, never ends well. Come back to the show. There was no commercial after the intro. She's now having a flashback for just before they left to go save Maggie from previous season, take Maggie to the doctor before all hell broke loose with the Saviors and Abraham died. In her flashback, she's talking to Abraham about the stream she had, and how she's really hoping that maybe they can not go on this trip. And it's like, oh God, flashbacks again, not a good sign. So there's a whole lot of foreshadowing in this episode. I'm giving my feelings at that moment, and you'll see how they play out later. So then it cuts down to Sasha being woken up in her little cell, and Negan's brought her pancakes with a little smiley face made out of blueberries. Oh, he's so sweet. And he's talking about how it's a big day, and he needs her help to make all this work out. So we go back to where Rick and the gang had come across Dwight in their area, and Dwight's trying to convince them, hey, Negan's coming, you need to trust me. And of course nobody trusts him. Tara gets all in his face about having killed Denise. Daryl pulls a knife and threatens to stab him through the eye. And Tara's all in the background. Do it, kill him. Very bloodthirsty. It's very unusual for Tara. But I think she kind of had a bad experience last week with Oceanside, so maybe it's coming out now. Ultimately, Daryl does not kill Dwight. And Dwight basically tells them Negan will be coming. He's going to bring 3 trucks with him. You guys need to get whatever you're planning started. I'll try to put some trees in the road, slow them down or something, so you get a little bit more time. But whatever you're doing, you need to do it. You need to do it now. Then we go to commercial break. First word of the night is stand. Now, I've worked in television, so I know they're kind of trying to squeeze as many commercial breaks in at the beginning as they can, so they can have some extended pieces at the tail end of the show, where it's mostly uninterrupted. Don't want to break up the flow of what's going on. Come back. We got we got more flashbacks, more single shot of Sasha's head, listening to music with the earpieces, and this time you can kind of hear what sounds like a truck, like she's in a truck in the background. And she has more flashbacks with Abraham. Basically, it's just more of the same. Oh, I had this terrible dream. Please, let's not do this. Please, let's not do this. And she's having some Maggie flashbacks, too, where she's sitting on a log chatting with Maggie about just random things going on. I'm terrible about the whole person-to-person communication thing, unless it's interesting, because, all the, just random stuff doesn't really get to me. Then we cut to Negan talking to Sasha. She hasn't touched her happy face pancakes yet. And he's like, okay, look, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go. We're going to get them. I'm going to have to punish somebody. Lucille's going to get 3 people. And Sasha's like, I can do it without having to get anybody. And Negan's like, nope, we got to get somebody. But since it's you, I'll get one person. And Sasha's like, okay, just one person has to die. And he's like, yeah, one person has to die. And man, you got me wrapped around your finger. And it's not even because you're a chick, because even if you had a dick, I'd be totally into this. Total Negan stuff. I'm not looking forward to when we lose Negan, because I like Negan. I like having him around. He's the kind of guy that he's just so entertaining, even though you really hate the things he does. So, then we cut to Maggie in the group up at Hilltop. Maggie and Jesus. Jesus had gone back. Jesus was with Rick at the time that they found Dwight. So he goes to Maggie, reports what's going on. Apparently brought Edith with him to keep her out of harm's way, which in the comic series, Edith isn't around. So I guess that's their way of, just getting the kid out. And yeah, Maggie is accepting the fact that she's going to have to lead Hilltop because Gregory's gone. He's disappeared. We knew last episode that he was going to fly the coop. And not a good sign. I mean, we're all sitting here thinking, okay, so Gregory is obviously the one who's ratted out everything that's going on to Negan. Then we go to Carol, who's with the Kingdom group as they're heading on their way to go join in. She's armored up like everyone else, walking right alongside the tiger, just not even seeming to care that she's walking alongside a giant man-eating beast. And they run into shopping carts, which of course they're all like, whoa, we had this happen before. It's a trap. And Morgan shows up. He's like, nah, that's just me. I was planning on taking out the saviors myself, so, whatever. You guys can go around and I'll just keep taking out saviors. And they're like, no, you really need to join us. Come on, don't do this solo. Go ahead and join up. And Ezekiel goes and has a nice chat with Morgan about how you do need to help us. I see that you're wearing Ben's armor. You're not losing yourself. You're just moving on to a different stage in your life, or something. It was more blabble talk. It's get to the point, people. Come on, just move on. This isn't the sort of thing I'm here for. I'm here for zombies and entertainment and whatever. So just kind of talks to Morgan, tries to get Morgan to see it their way, and they get moving again, and it can't quite tell if Morgan's coming with them or going in a different direction. Then we got another commercial break. This time when we come back, we don't have a flashback when we come back. The first couple of commercial breaks we came back when we had a flashback. Instead, we get to see all the creepy trash people showing up, like lots of them in dump trucks and pickup trucks, and they just all show up, and they start getting weapons from the stockpile that Rick's gotten. And the leader very much has a thing for Rick. She's totally like, I like this place. I kind of like the way you do things here. Of course, she's saying it in her weird, creepy way. And she's like, she looks at Michonne, who's there, and she's like, he's yours? And Michonne's just kind of looking at her, and creepy lady's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep with him after this is all over. Michonne's like, yeah, whatever. And her and Rick just kind of back off and go on their way, because we're totally not interested. So everyone starts manufacturing bombs using the explosives that they stole from the booby trap, and just in general getting everything ready to go. Michonne gets up in the tower, or in a building nearby, with one of the trash people. I'm just gonna call them creepy trash people. And they make their plan. They get their sniper rifles, and they each take a position. And everything's getting ready. Everything's getting all set up. Everyone's getting ready to go. Everything looks like it's going well. So of course it's all gonna go to shit at some point. Nothing can go well. It's a TV show. Commercial break. Second word is fight. So the two words for today are stand fight, which aren't really grammatically correct, but I guess it kind of makes sense that the theme of the show. Come back, we got another flashback. Sasha still trying to talk Abraham into not going. it's redundant. It's kind of sad. It's nice to be able to see Abraham again for a little while and hear all his funny little Abrahamisms, which are almost as entertaining as Negan's in our little commentaries. But yeah, there's just we know how that turns out, and like every other time we've ever seen people having flashbacks of the people they loved that are now dead. Yeah, yeah. So anyhow, so then it's present time. Sasha's walking down the hallway with Eugene, and Eugene's trying to rationalize to her about how this really is for the best and everything will work out, and hey, everyone else made their choices and they're just gonna have to live with it or not live with it, and it really, this is the way things are now. And Sasha's just like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude, cool. And then we cut back to the Saviors finally pulling up in all their trucks, led by... I totally skipped something here. Oh, yeah, I did. In the previous section, when everyone was making bombs, the Saviors were heading along the way, and they ran into some fallen trees, just like Dwight said he was going to do, to slow them down. And at the time, Eugene had said to Negan, hey, let me try something before we just go in there, because, maybe I can defuse the situation. I mean, this is me. Cell phones over here talking to me. Anyway, so I would cut back, and the Saviors are finally pulling up out in front of the Alexandria, not Sanctuary. Sanctuary is Savior place. Out in front of Alexandria, and you get a flatbed truck with Eugene standing out the back end of it with a bullhorn, talking. Hey guys, yo, what's up? Of course, talking like Eugene, and telling them, if we just chill here, Rick can come down, everything will be cool, just turn over your guns, it'll all be cool. And Rick comes out, okay, he's like, where's Negan? And Eugene says that fateful phrase, which basically tells everyone that he's gone over to the dark side. If him standing there in a basically all black suit didn't key it off, he says, I am Negan. Which Rick's just like, oh man. And Rosita's standing there and she's got tears in her eyes because she's lost Eugene, she's lost Abraham, she's just lost everything now. Everybody that was ever part of her little group on their trip to DC from 14 million seasons back, they're gone. And she's looking up at Rick, and Rick's looking down at her, and he gives her the signal, and she pushes the button to set off the explosions, which are right out there. They're going to blow up everything, they're going to blow up Eugene. The only thing is, they don't go off. And of course, they're all standing there like, what the hell? Double crossed by the trash people. Trash people pull guns on all the Alexandrianites. Yeah, not good. And then it's commercial break. So, got to the end of my page there. Get to the next page. Yeah, we still got all this to go. All this to go. Double crossed by trash people. That was about halfway through the episode. So, we come back from commercial break. And Rick's just like, dude, I thought we had a deal. And Trash Lady's like, yeah, I got a better deal. So Negan comes out, now that all the Alexandrites are at gunpoint and under control. He comes out and he gets up next to Eugene. And they uncover a coffin. It's also on the flatbed. And they stand it upright. And he starts talking. And he indicates that Sasha is in the coffin. Right? Okay. So, Sasha is apparently in this coffin. Negan lays out his demands. His demands are he wants all of the guns. He wants all of the lemonade. Every last little crystal of lemonade that Rick has in there. Because, man, he really likes that lemonade when Olivia made it for him. He wants Rick to pick somebody for Negan's lovely Lucille. He wants Daryl back, and he wants the pool table with all the pool cubes and all. pull cubes, and all the chalk. And that's his demands. That's Negan's demands, which, you know, is kind of not a terrible thing, considering he is trying to maintain the balance of his new world order. And Rick's, of course, like, you know, he doesn't believe Sasha's in there. He says, I want to see her. So Negan's like, okay, cool, chill, hold up a second. She can't hear shit in this thing, so let her know that I'm about to pop it open. Knocks on it, and he opens it. Just as they're swinging it open, we go back to a flashback sequence of, you know, Sasha's face again, wearing the earbuds, listening to music, crying in the dark. We know now that she was, in fact, in the coffin on the truck, so, you know, the truck noises we were hearing were correct. And then we cut back, you know, forward a little bit, but still kind of back to where she was walking out with Eugene. Eugene hands her an iPod, telling her it's full of music, you know, something to keep her entertained on the ride. And, so they go to put her in the coffin, and Negan's like, "You sure you're fine with this?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll be good. Just give me a bottle of water, and, you know, I got my entertainment. It's all cool." And Negan's just like, "Damn, you are one awesome lady." So they leave her in the coffin, and it cuts back to her in the dark again, crying, listening to the music. And I saw this coming. I did. I really did. Pulls up the baggie with the one little pill from Eugene. Takes the pill out of the baggie. I'm getting teary. I'm getting teary, people. Puts the pill in her mouth. Takes a swig of water. Yeah. So we cut back to the moment when Negan's opening the coffin. Zombie Sasha pops out. She couldn't do it. She knew that she would not be able to let Negan use her against everybody. So as she lunges out of the coffin at Negan, who of course is like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? That's when Carl is the first one with the presence of mind to start shooting the trash people around him. And everyone else, you know, just goes off. And Rick, of course, is standing there with one hand on his holster, and he's just looking around all confused. And, you know, Trash Lady's got a gun to his head, and firefight starts out. I mean, it's just all hell breaks loose. Because, you know, Negan was thrown off by the fact that Sasha's a zombie, and everyone from Alexandria are like, well, fuck you. You killed Sasha, we're gonna kill you. And, yeah. So Rick's looking at Trash Lady, and he's trying to figure out what he's going to do, and she's just like, you know, whatever. She shoots him in the side and kicks him off the platform, because they were standing up on this platform. Hi, Cat! They were standing up on this platform overlooking everything. Overlooking the wall. And then we cut to commercial break. Of course, we cut to commercial break. Gives me a chance to take a little breather. So we come back. And it's looking bad. All of the trash people and Alexandrianites have fought, and the Saviors have fought, but they're, you know, Alexandrianites are being taken captive because there just aren't enough of them with trash people against them. Carl is taken, Rick is taken, up in her bell tower. I don't think it's really a bell tower, I think it's just like a balcony. Michonne is fighting against the other sniper lady, who, you know, obviously was in on the whole double cross. And they are like wailing on each other, and Michonne's getting her face beat in, and, you know, she's trying to stab the lady with a piece of flower pot or something. And cut back to Negan basically taunting Rick and Carl as they're on their knees and looking around, seeing all the rest of the Alexandrites getting their, you know, hands tied together. And Negan's just like, you know, you really brought this on yourself. And then you hear a woman scream and fall, and of course, you know, everyone's just like, holy shit, that was Michonne. And Rick just instant teary-eyed, glassy-eyed, and Negan's like, oh man, you just lost somebody near and dear to you. That sucks. So this coming up is gonna suck too. This is Negan talking. I'm gonna kill Carl. I'm gonna hit him really, really hard so that I can try and hopefully kill him one swing because I like him and I don't want him to suffer. And then Lucille's gonna take your hands. It's gonna suck to be you. Rick looks Negan dead in the eye. And we see that man that we saw all those seasons back who tore another man's throat out with his teeth, telling Negan, "You can take my hands. It doesn't matter. I will kill you. It might not be today, but someday I will kill you. You are already dead." And Negan's just like, whoo, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. He gets up. He gets up, he gets his bat, he takes the, Carl's hat off, he winds up to swing, bam, Tiger! Tiger comes out of nowhere, Kingdom has arrived, Cavalry has arrived, and there's, more gunfight, and Tiger just tearing things up, and Negan's hauling ass, because he doesn't want to have to fight the Tiger. Tiger's eating other people. And, so Kingdom's over there killing people and doing things, and, taking out trash people, and then, here comes Hilltop! With Maggie and their group, and they're taking out people, and everyone's being taken out, and saviors are trying to haul ass, and trash people are trying to haul ass, and it's more chaos, but it's good chaos. Kitten, 3, 2, okay, you're cute. They don't want to see you. Just so much chaos going on, and the trash people run off, and they throw smoke bombs so other people can get away. And Hilltop tries right after them, and I don't know what the rest of the people thought they were doing. No, it's not Hilltop. Kingdom tries right after them, because Kingdom's got the horses. Hilltop appears to be trying to run after them on foot. And the gate to the community gets closed, and they manage to get it open, and everyone's gone. So they know, saviors have gotten away, trash people have gotten away. And Red Horse runs to go find Michonne, and they come across the body, and it's not Michonne, it's the other sniper lady. And they go up in the tower, and there's Michonne with, like, this side of her face just totally just ground hamburger, because she got beaten in so bad, and but they're happy, because they managed to save Michonne. Or they found Michonne not dead. So, at this point, really, the only person who matters, like, character-wise, who has died, is Sasha. And she sacrificed herself. We go to commercial. Still got 10 minutes of the show, people. Bear with me. We're wrapping up now. Come back. Negan has made it back to Sanctuary. And he's saying to Eugene, what happened? How'd she die? That fucked up everything. How did it happen? And Eugene, thinking real fast, because he's not about to confess that he gave her a, kill herself pill. He's like, okay, well, the coffin was sealed up pretty tight. Guess she just ran out of air. And Negan seems to have bought that. And he gets there, and they walk out onto a little balcony in Sanctuary, and there's like all these other Sanctuary Negans, I guess you can say, the other Negans, the Negan Patrol, tons of them. And Negan's like, okay, we're going to war. So, then we cut back to voiceover of Maggie and Rick talking, over scenes that we're seeing of cleanup going on. And, Rick's basically saying to Maggie, do you think she did it on purpose? Because it was kind of obvious that Negan did not expect her to be a zombie. And Maggie's like, yeah, I think she did. I think she realized it would help us, and she wanted to give us that element of surprise, so she sacrificed herself. So they all understand, however she did it, she became a martyr for them. And, so while they're talking about this, there's cleanup going on. We see Jesus' Maggie going through the forest because they had to find the Sasha zombie so they could give her proper burial. And sure enough, she's out there just wandering around, being her little zombie self. And they have to take her out. It's a very sad moment. You don't actually see the zombie Sasha, and you don't see her, stabbing her with the Good God, phone, stop listening to me. Anyway, you don't see any of that, but that's obvious what's going on, and you see that Daryl was looking somewhere. There was something that gave him a clue that he needed to dig around this little area, and he found a little carved wooden figurine that just had written on the back of it, "Didn't know," which I'm surmising, I don't remember exactly, but I'm surmising is a message from Dwight letting them know that he didn't realize the trash people were going to double cross. Otherwise, he would have told them. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. There's absolutely no indicator of scenes for next season at all. Next season comes back in October. So we've got until October to figure out what's going to go on. Now, here's my thought. My thought is that the war with Negan is going to last the first half of the season. And then when they go on hiatus, the second half of the season will continue the way it does in the books. Because I don't know if I can handle an entire 2-part season of just the war against Negan. I mean, you kind of have to have more to it than that. I can see it being, 6 or 7 episodes worth of war. But yeah, we'll have to see, because, I mean, everyone's going to have to regather, reconvene. We're going to have to see what's up with Gregory. We have to... Oceanside might still get pulled into it. Got to get revenge on trash people. I mean, Ricky and the gang still got all their guns and stuff, so they got to get revenge on trash people for having double-crossed them. And, yeah. So that's it. Like I said, pretty much the only person of character interest that we lost was Sasha. And I'm not surprised by that. All in all, it was kind of anticlimactic because there wasn't really any resolution. We had all this big ramping up, and there was a big fight, but it didn't really resolve anything. We're still kind of just standing on the same precipice that we've been standing for the majority of this half of the season. So, it did not leave me the same way last season's finale left me. Although last season's finale was kind of shitty in that we had no idea who was getting their head caved in. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed. I'm still trying to find a new show to pick up for next week to continue SpoilerCast, because I do enjoy doing these things for you guys. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment below that you did like it. Give me suggestions as to shows I can start picking up to watch. Preferably something that's starting relatively soon, and I don't have to get caught up on a whole lot of it. But anyway, until then, this is SD signing out.